A new Google Pixel phone is arriving much earlier than anyone expected, and it is already causing plenty of discussion. The Pixel 10a, Google's mid-range smartphone for 2026, is now rumored to launch around mid-February, almost 2 months earlier than the Pixel 9a did. This unexpected shift in timing has caught Pixel fans off guard and raised questions about Google's overall strategy. Well-known leaker Roland Quant claims the phone will launch in 4 colors: Obsidian, Berry, Fog, and Lavender. Visually, Google seems focused on keeping things fresh, even if the hardware itself feels familiar. Just like its predecessor, the Pixel 10a is expected to come in 128GB and 256GB storage variants, which immediately leads to concerns about how much has actually changed. Early renders of the Obsidian model have already surfaced online, and they do not suggest any major design overhaul. The Pixel 10a looks almost identical to the Pixel 9a, with the same shape, the same camera bar, and even the same thick bezels around the display. For anyone hoping for a refreshed look, this will likely feel disappointing. Everything so far points to the Pixel 10a being a very minor update rather than a true step forward. Under the hood, it is expected to run a slightly improved version of the Tensor G4 chip. While this may bring better optimization and smoother everyday performance, it does not represent a major leap. Daily tasks should feel fine, but nothing here signals a big performance upgrade. There may still be a few small improvements, such as increased display brightness, which could make the phone easier to use outdoors. These kinds of tweaks can improve the overall experience, but they are unlikely to excite buyers looking for something new. When a phone looks almost the same and performs almost the same, attention naturally turns to pricing. Ironically, the most exciting changes may end up being the new colors. The Berry option is expected to be a bold red, similar to what Google has used on its Nest Cam Indoor, while Fog appears to be a soft gray with a slight green tint, inspired by the Nest thermostat. Lavender offers a playful, lighter option, while Obsidian remains the classic black choice. These colors suggest Google is leaning more on style than on hardware innovation. The earlier release window also raises eyebrows. Launching in mid-February places the Pixel 10a closer to flagship season rather than the usual mid-year timeframe. This could be a calculated move. Pixel shipments reportedly grew significantly in 2025, and Google may be trying to keep that momentum going by refreshing its lineup earlier. At the same time, the limited upgrades could be a way to clearly separate budget models from premium ones. Higher-end Pixels are expected to receive more advanced hardware, stronger AI features, and bigger improvements, potentially nudging buyers toward more expensive options. Some critics believe this strategy could backfire. A phone that offers very little improvement over its predecessor is harder to justify, especially if the price does not drop. Many buyers might simply choose a discounted Pixel 9a or look to competing brands that offer better value. This makes pricing the biggest unknown factor. If Google prices the Pixel 10a aggressively, it could still be a solid choice for students, casual users, and anyone who wants a clean Android experience without spending too much. In that case, the lack of major upgrades would be easier to overlook. But if the price stays the same or increases, the reaction could be far more negative, as mid-range buyers are extremely sensitive to value. There is also the chance that Google is holding something back. Improvements to camera processing, battery efficiency, or new AI-powered features often do not fully show up in leaks. Google's strength has always been software, and even familiar hardware can feel new if the software experience is meaningfully better. For now, though, expectations remain cautious. The Pixel 10a appears to be a safe and conservative update that relies more on timing and branding than innovation. As mid-February gets closer, more details will emerge, and final pricing, availability, and real-world performance will ultimately decide whether the Pixel 10a becomes a smart buy or a missed opportunity.